we do it. Where you catch us that we be in that pulpit. Always catch a vibe, we a movement. You should just subscribe because we too lit. They want that podcast, yeah, they want that podcast. They want that podcast, yeah, they want that podcast. They want that podcast, yeah, they want that podcast. They want that podcast, watch them scream out, ah, yeah.
The way we stay on top of things is a timely mix. It's the Pulpit Podcast, baby. Season 4. Episode 96. What the business is, it's that man with the plan, Big Kev, and that's Cuz with the buzz, Big Bo.
Yo.
And you know we got that food for your soul. For sure. Now, you know we got to do a disclaimer.
Got to do it.
You know, our content is just all over the place.
Man.
And so tuning into this podcast, you have to know that. You have to understand we could be talking about something inspirational and then talk about toe sucking. it goes like that, just that quick.
Just
so
like
you have
that.
to know that. So this is why we do this disclaimer. We're giving you a heads up.
Yeah.
Without further ado,
Mhm.
the Pulpit Podcast is not a gospel
Hallelujah.
or religious podcast.
Say it once more.
I said, you know I got to do it.
Got to do
I
it.
said, the Pulpit Podcast is not a gospel
Hallelujah.
or religious podcast, but we are bringing the gospel in the form of information straight like that.
Straight like that.
And y'all know this podcast is based on the foundation of positivity, motivation, inspiration, and most importantly, love. So we don't do anything without a weekly affirmation, and you know I keep them on deck.
Message.
Life's too short to be faking a vibe with anybody. Relationships, friends, or family.
Say that.
Telling you, man, you got to protect your energy. And once you realize how precious your energy is, you will see the difference in your circle. Seriously.
That's right.
All right, so it's me and Bo again, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's cool to have a guest, but sometimes me and Cuz just need to bring it on home, you feel me, and give y'all some
We the
content.
new age Starsky and Hutch.
Hey, you know, sometimes we just got to get on, our 1-2 thing, you know what I'm saying? The 1-2 punch and, you know, just keep on giving y'all content. We don't stop because we can't get a guest. We always got something to talk about and always will.
Give us
So-
something tight fit and we come through in the clutch.
You feel me? All right. So, you know, I was just thinking, I was listening to, matter of fact, I was at my brother's house. I'm giving y'all the scenario, how this came about. I was at my brother's house and we sitting there watching a basketball game, and the halftime show, it had a DJ. And the DJ was mixing, and he had the Jack Harlow, Loving on Me, you know what I'm saying? No whips and chains.
Yeah.
And he had it mixed with, what was it?
More Bounce
I
It
feel
Out?
like Bustin' Loose. It had the, I feel like
Give me the
Bustin'.
beat, yeah. Give me the beat,
Yeah, no, not that one. It was more bounce to the out. It was more bounce. It was a mix like that. I remembered it when we was talking. Now I can't.
JYD, Junkyard Dog. What was it?
Another one bites the dust. That's what it was. Doom,
Another one
doom,
bites the dust.
doom, 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 doom.
That JYD.
Yeah, I'm telling you. And that Loving on Me, it went perfect.
Mhm.
And it was beautiful. And I thought to Cuz, you know, when I was talking to Cuz, when I thought about it, I was like, how come nobody does the remix? And we talking about like the remix like Diddy. We talking about the remix like Jermaine Dupri. Why you think it kind of fell off or
I mean,
not as prevalent?
It's the way the game has changed.
Okay.
You know? When you look at especially the 90s, that was the package that they sold you.
Yeah.
As far as like to buy a single or a maxi single, they sold you on. You knew when you bought a single, you're gonna have the single, you're either gonna get another song or you're gonna get a remix.
Right.
And then that might not be the remix that blows up.
Facts.
Somebody else might remix it again, and then they come out and sell another remix. But that was that age. Like the remix game kind of died down when the mixtape
era.
The mixtape era kind of blew up because
it was kind of similar if you think about it.
Yeah. You know, where you had cats. Even in the mix during the mixtape era, they might had a song that was on their commercial album.
Yeah.
And then put it on the mixtape to a different beat.
Yeah.
And that started to change. So like what's crazy though, I just looked up like Money Long, Money Long.
Yeah.
She just put out a remix EP. Like she got
Okay.
like Ghost Town DJs remixed it.
Okay.
She got a couple different variations of the, songs she done got hot with. But like this, I mean, maybe she's trying to bring something back, but the remix game's been done.
Dried up
About
well.
2003.
But I think the thing
2004.
about it is what I thought about it is it's an easy way to make your album for long and
it
prolong.
depends.
If you have a hot song and you get the right remix, it can't be just done poorly. It has to be done right with a classic, sample or song that people resonate with. Maybe even change up a lyric or two or whatnot, or a bar or two. If you do it right, it gives that song life. And if that was single was out there for weeks and weeks and weeks on the chart, it stays on there because people gonna listen to that one and they're gonna listen to the remix. And you don't even have to drop. Back in the day, I remember sometimes niggas was just cruising off of one single for the longest.
But it's changed. That's the one reason why I'm saying the remix game, because back then you could live off a single for 6 months.
Yeah, that's true. I think you can now too, but it's easier. The thing about it is it's easier to put out singles. That's why they do it now more, because you could drop a single yourself. You know what I'm saying?
But does it garner momentum where like it's being played?
Some do with the TikTok movement and stuff like that.
So it's like it's a different era, it's a different market.
Yeah, it's definitely a different era.
How you even sell the music.
Facts. How you promote the music.
How you promote the music. Whereas the remix is not called for, because like you brought up, Diddy and Jermaine Dupri, but like the remix was etched, especially in hip hop, where you sleeping on producers, you sleeping on the DJ Premier remixes, you sleeping on the Pete Rocks remixes. It's a lot of producers that remix songs and made new beats.
I'm saying they remix them, but I'm just saying worldwide, who's known when you think about those are two names.
Diddy, he sold it and another remix.
Hell, the nigga had an album called "This Is the Remix,"
but he didn't create.
No, he didn't create. No, he didn't say he created it.
He was a part of a wave.
He's a part of a wave.
That was going on in hip hop and music, where like they sold more.
Yeah,
doing that.
No, I wasn't saying he was the creator. I'm just saying that's the forefront names that when I say remix, first thing somebody gonna think about is Diddy.
Everybody, like I remember getting Outkast Elevators
had a remix
single.
on it.
Yeah, it was almost like a natural thing to have a different producer or a different DJ.
But in that same token, what I'm saying is they didn't release, like if you bought the album, you heard the remix. They didn't release it as a single. Diddy and Jermaine Dupri released these as singles.
Because it was the hot shit.
That's what I'm saying. So that's why when I say a remix, of course we know other DJs, and no disrespect to any other producers. I know a gang of producers that done remixes and stuff. But when you think of remixes of songs, big hits that was already out and somebody remixing it, I think of Diddy and Jermaine Dupri, because they had so many songs from their camp that they always would remix a hot single they had. They always would remix it. So, and I just thought about like, damn, it's really like dried up. Like you don't hear it like that.
Yeah. And I don't think it's coming back.
I don't think so neither. I mean, I just think, like you said, it's a lot of the way which you can, as we talk about it now, how you can promote yourself, how you can distribute yourself, how you can do these things. You don't have to stay on a single to the powers that be. You know what I'm saying? The machine says we're going to drop you another single. You can do it yourself. So I think that's where you that's where it changed up, that freedom. Speaking of freedom and, the machine and everything that goes behind it, the TikTok ban.
Oh, wow.
Now, we know a couple years back, they tried this, you know what I'm saying? And of course, it didn't pass in the House. Now it has passed in the House, and like 50 governors, I think, signed on the bill, almost every damn one of them, right? So that's leaving it in the hands of pretty much Joe Biden and the Senate. And he already said he's for to ban TikTok. So it's pretty much preeminent, you know what I'm saying, that it's probably going to get banned. But I don't think people know what's going to truly happen when you do this. And I don't think they have thought about what's going to happen when you totally ban TikTok. You know what I'm saying? What do you think about that?
I think it's stupid as hell, and I think there's a whole bunch of other things, other issues.
Boy, like the cost of living.
That need to be looked at and treated with more concern. if TikTok was produced in London, there would be no problem.
It's because it's China.
It's because it's China. And on top of that, but you done sold half the country to China. So why are you worried about people dancing and making short videos on TikTok?
I think because the piece, you know, as China being partners with Russia, you know what I'm saying? It's a conflict of interest, you know what I'm saying? So they think, okay, well, if you're going to be partners with people that we see as enemies, right? Why would we give you access to us, you know what I'm saying, in that mindset? That's their reasoning.
It's stupid because at the same time, okay, you get rid of TikTok, but you're still importing and exporting China goods.
Yeah, I mean,
all day, every day.
I think it's more of the spy implication that you can get from TikTok. They actually think that with the software embedded in everybody's iPad, iPhones, whatever you see, Androids, whatever phone device you use or device you use to be on TikTok, it's a way to get information from you. And they saying that's the biggest point because they said they don't have a problem with TikTok because it's, you know, time consuming or we always involved in it. They said because if the dude who owns it would sell it, they wouldn't ban it. So they're really, really just stuck on it being, you know what I'm saying, China owned, you know what I'm saying? And that's their problem. But I'm going to tell you like this. I'm thinking of another side of it. Beyond that, a lot of people make their living off of TikTok. Mm-hmm. Whether you like it or not, you don't think people got talent, they become millionaires off of bullshit, whatever your take is on it, right? People take content creator seriously. And they don't even work anymore. They probably quit their job so they can give full time to content creation. And if you take that away,
that's a lot of jobs. There's a lot of people losing a lot.
Just think.
There's a lot of people
how the market looks. You know, you said it was jobs out there. Them jobs won't be out there like that no more. The jobs were plentiful and things changed because people were making ends in various other manners besides a 9 to 5. If you take that away,
I just think there's a lot more other things to sit and
the cost of living. Like we still struggling. Regular people who work can't even make it. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't even go to the grocery store.
And then on top of that, y'all use fucking TikTok to promote y'all agendas.
Yeah.
So you're still using this thing and saying at the same time we're gonna ban it. You sound like a dumb bitch.
But it's it's a election year. So everybody's always going to have something of contention that's going to make sure they try to get them in the office.
That's why I'm testing them. I want to see it be done because I don't think you can get rid of TikTok.
I think it is because I think it's going to be done because it's somebody trying to prove that I did this to get votes. If it wasn't an election year, they wouldn't even be caring. This is a ploy for somebody to get those votes that they don't think they would get if they make this happen. Because a lot of
fuck around and lose votes.
I mean, if you think from the young people, but are the young people, you know what I'm saying?
No. There are people that are our age that are being productive and finding some type of income.
I mean, you know, they look at it differently.
TikTok.
They probably don't think that demographic votes though. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm pretty sure they got the intel on who votes and who don't. I don't get into because I don't know. I'm not gonna speak on nothing. I don't know.
TikTok is not just.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying they're doing their intel on it.
I'm just saying. TikTok is not just people making dances and
no, it's informative. It's very informative.
A whole bunch of political.
It started off like that, but then people started using it for different.
Bunch of people who got like that are in the political field, the activist field.
It's the best way to promote yourself without having to go through all the rigmarole.
They give you the 30 or 60 seconds to say what they got to say. The little things.
Yeah, you can get more than 30 or 60 seconds. Shit.
You know, you give yourself a clip to say what you got to say. And people follow it and people get behind it.
Yeah.
So those people who have a following, who might be like, hey, this is what they trying to do. They trying to end what we do. These people be like, you know what? I feel the TikTokers more than I feel these damn politicians.
I mean, well, we'll see how that plays out.
So like I don't know how much time they got, but you can get these TikTokers to get together to revolt against these.
They have a what they call it a petition. They have a petition on TikTok.
Okay,
but I mean,
as they should. If you about this business, you're making a living off of it, or you're doing whatever.
But
at
the end of the day, Senate is the Senate. They gonna pass it. They gonna pass it. I don't know how it comes down or how it affects them, but if they gonna do it, they gonna do it. and you're just gonna have to
But
adapt
them,
to it.
but them bitches is using TikTok to sell all their advertisement for you to vote for them this
Yeah,
year.
well, like I said before, you know how the game go. They gonna use it till they don't need it no more. They be like, oh, after this year, that's what they gonna say. Hey, at the end of this year, TikTok is banned, and that's after we use it up to what we need to use it up for our own good. So yeah, you know, my take on it is that like Cuz said, I'm a person. You work hard, you work 40 hours plus. You know what I'm saying, and you still barely can make ends meet with the job you got, no matter even if it's good or not. The cost of living is ridiculous. You can't go to the grocery store and spend less than $70 even as a single person for bullshit. Like you look at 10 items, it's $70 now. And it's ridiculous. So they got other things they could really worry about and focus them energies on than TikTok and China. Just saying.
Serious.
But you know, they never protect us on this land. It's like I said, we giving all this money to the Ukraine and we got millions of homeless people out here. What sense does it make? All right. So, you know, another thing I seen was Bernie Sanders. I know y'all say he was the dude that kind of ran for election a long time ago. He's an old guy, you know what I'm saying? But he definitely probably could have won because a lot of people love what he was saying. Yeah. If he wasn't old, if he had that push, people kind of didn't want him because he was older. But with the things he was speaking about, the change that he was wanting, the ideas and ideologies he had, a lot of people was like, yeah, I like that. You know what I'm saying?
He didn't have a chance.
Yeah, I mean, but against who the engine that was Donald Trump and all the people and how he ran his campaign, you wasn't going, nah. And then Hillary Clinton was the only thing that could have, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she detracted from him.
Yeah, could have detracted from what he was doing at that time. And we knew she wasn't going to really win, but that's the only thing Democrats could come up with at the time. So, but he did make something that I thought, because if you work a lot and you realize when you get a job, the biggest thing is the balance of work, the work balance, work-life balance, they call it. You know, how much you working, how much time you get to spend with your family and friends and enjoy life. If you working your life away, G, like you kind of just disintegrating, you just existing. You feel like you go to work every goddamn day.
Yeah.
You don't get to do nothing. You're too tired of doing anything. Damn. So he said he thinking about trying to get a law to where we only have to work 32 hours, still get paid for the 40. If you work over the 32, you get overtime.
Good luck.
Hey, I just I think it'd be dope though.
I don't know.
I think it'd be dope.
I'm a worker, man. I'm a workaholic. I love at least, especially 6 days.
But if you could work if you could make the money that you make while working hard,
I like
and you
overtime.
what's called it exactly. But if you can make it without having to do 50 to 60 hours, and you only had to do 40 and you got OT, you would like that better. 5 days straight, and not have to. If you worked overtime of like 5 days that you already been working, but you can work 4. Come on, bro. That's a Friday to do whatever the hell you want to do.
It sounds like wishful thinking to me.
It sounds great thinking to me.
It sounds like
it's a wish list.
You know, hey, I want to hit the Powerball.
Everybody
can
do.
Imagine.
Some niggas do.
Hitting the Powerball.
Some niggas
I can
do.
sit and imagine. So I can sit and imagine working 32 hours and getting paid 40 hours.
I can't imagine nothing. This man's trying to come. Somebody in politics. Hey, you get enough power behind it, who knows?
Man,
I don't think they'll do it. I'm just saying if you get enough power behind it, you never know.
It sounds like The Game and 50 Cent. Dreams.
I mean, dreams come true though.
Dreams.
To your same sentiment, dreams come true.
They can,
so,
but
I mean, it is what it is. We'll see what Bernie does. We'll see if he can get it going. I mean, that's what this is thought. You know, all just like Obama bills, like the things you want to do might not come to fruition because people just ain't gonna get on board with it, or you're not. But I'm just saying, it's just something to talk about.
It sounds like something to get you on board for him to lose.
I mean, I don't know if he's going for anything. Just think he just said he just having an idea to pass to Congress. I don't think he's running for anything this year. I think he was just saying it's something that he thought about for the American people.
It just sounds like an idea. I don't buy into politics, man. I'm the wrong person.
I ain't vote. I'm just saying the idea. I ain't talking about politics. We ain't talking about blue or red. We talking about the idea of having freer or better work balance life. I ain't talking about the blue or the red.
It's cool. It's cool, but
because we both don't get into politics. I could care less. But if your nigga gonna tell me I only got to work 32 hours, yes, talk to me, Bernie. Talk to me. All right. So another thing is
Bernie gonna die in the middle of you.
Now that was wrong.
Doing your election.
That was wrong. I don't vote for nobody. I'm just telling you straight up. But I mean, like I said before, that's a good idea.
Old school. I'm doing old school. Yeah, the clip, the little flip little things. And flip.
I ain't wishing no bad on Bernie. So I hope you live a long life, Bernie. I ain't wishing no bad on you, bro.
I ain't wishing nothing on
you. Said Bernie gonna die.
He looked like Mr. Smithers.
Everybody's gonna die, but the way you said it was like Bernie gonna die, like in the middle of this, in the middle of him trying to pass this law or whatever. I'm just saying I ain't wishing no bad on Bernie. So here we go. Then another thing I seen. It's some wild shit to be happening in the world. Pornhub banned in Texas.
Oh, wow.
And 7 other states. And what the problem is they want you to have to give them all your information. I'm talking Social Security. I'm talking driver's
they
license.
want your actual ID.
Your actual ID before you can enter the site.
Bitch, please.
Do you really understand, for one, if you're being a devious, perv at the time, you know what I'm saying, then you checking out pornos and whatnot, the last thing you want to do is give somebody your information to let them know how much you visit this motherfucker, what's your web history, him saying, and what you search for. That's the last thing you want to do.
I won't even give Pornhub my credit card information.
Exactly.
Let alone my ID, where you got access to my driver's license, my social security number.
You got access to me. And for real.
And what you gonna do next is sell all that information.
On the black market, on the black web.
You're gonna sell all that information. And next thing you know, I'm getting hacked.
Getting hacked. Bank, all of a sudden, bank got charges you ain't never seen before a day in your life.
No,
and they shut down your card because you got to dispute it.
If this is your way to just get rid of Pornhub, hey, so be it.
So be it.
Yeah, y'all want to put bans on shit? Okay, y'all just put a ban on Pornhub. You know what? There's a whole
lot of other internet sites that you need to be checking out.
And they got all the
scammers.
They got all the videos that Pornhub has.
I got one better. Why don't you get them goddamn scammers off Facebook and social media, fucking up, taking people's pages? Some of these people have years and years of sentimental pictures and moments, and it's gone all because somebody just wants to take your shit just to say they took it. Yeah. They don't even do shit with it. They just lock you out. They just lock you out.
There's nothing I could do
for no reason. And then Facebook tells you, well, we can't do nothing about it.
All I could do was just send messages, cussing them out.
Yeah, you bitch. That's what he did on you, bitch. They was talking crazy to him. He was like, bitch, who you talking to? I said, because I think that's an automatic text. Automated text. I don't think you're talking to a regular person. This is higher up, you know what I'm saying? But it's an elaborate scheme. And I'm thinking you guys could definitely put your power and your money into something a little bit more helpful to the American people. Half the world or more than half of the world is on social media. And you got to worry about every time you accept a friend or every time a motherfucker say hi to you in the inbox, is this a scammer? Delete. But I'm going to tell y'all, this is the key how you can check a scammer. 1, they say a greeting that you ain't never heard before in your life. If you got friends and they say, hi, buddy. Nah, my niggas don't talk like that. No female I know talk like that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's certain things they're going to do and say, you know what I'm saying? And of course they're going to do the regular rundown. Hey, if you give me your Cash App, I will give you 1,000. Bitch, nobody's giving away free money.
And if it's somebody I rock with, they'd be like, hey, what's up, big Bo?
Right. They're going to.
These come in. Hey, Eric.
Hey, Eric. They're going to use your government or buddy or the most.
This person don't even know my name is Eric.
They're going to be the most driest greeting you could imagine. And that's how you know. And then I'm going to do you one better. When you get a friend request, go look at their page. If motherfuckers got nothing but glamour shots and pictures of just like them always modeling pictures, they stole that shit. It's a fake page.
And a bunch of weird-ass friends.
Yeah, there's no moments with real people. Nobody tagged them in shit. You don't see them responding back on the post when they make a post. You don't see them like comment back, you know what I'm saying, and interacting with people. It is a fake page. So I gave y'all some game, just something to look forward to. Y'all might have known, but some don't, because niggas always getting hacked. Motherfuckers, I lost my account again? And stop clicking on goddamn videos that you don't even know a motherfucker supposed to be sending. Hey, if a motherfucker send me a video, I'd be like, did you send me a video? If they don't say nothing back, I ain't watching it.
Not again.
Yeah, not again. I know some people got their page too, like 2 or 3 times. Like, would you stop? But they know people are inquisitive. And the inquisitive nature gonna get them every time to click that video. Like it's like, look who got shot. And motherfuckers like, who? No. You got shot, bitch, because now I got your page. Waka, waka, waka. Okay. So, like I said before, we just trying to give y'all content. This show wasn't going to be super duper long. Cuz wanted to say something about a legend. You know what I'm saying?
We gotta say rest in peace to the boss.
Rest in peace.
Probably, I ain't gonna say it's sad, but like I always look at the competition of the time that the song was released. And it was funny. Today is March 16th, and the boss Deeper. The song was actually released March 16th, 1993.
Oh,
but the song at that time was going up against the Tupac's "I Get Around."
Oh, I Get Around. Okay.
Tupac, MC Breed.
I Get Around was on what CD? Strictly for My Niggas.
Yeah, Strictly for My Niggas. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, that was the second single.
Got you.
Because Holla If You
Hear Me. Yeah, that was my cut.
But I Get Around came out like spring
Okay.
of 94. 93. But like you had these different songs at the time. Dr. Dre Day.
Yeah.
You had Dre Day. That single.
Yeah.
And you know, at that time too, singles lasted longer.
Yeah.
So like she might have released it in March, but it got hot May, June.
That was our junior year in high school.
It was our sophomore year heading into. But
Okay.
I'm just naming all these different artists that she was going up against at the time. Be it Common, Redman, Cypress Hill, Onyx.
What was
Slam.
Redman? There's a Dark Side.
At Redman at that time, his single was "Tonight's the Night."
But was that off There's a Dark Side?
No, that's off his first one. The first Redman.
I can't remember the first Redman album title.
I see the cover. I can't think of it. But the first Redman. But the single at the time was
There's a Dark Side. Ain't his first one?
There's a Dark Side. The second one.
Okay.
The first one is not Funk Dr. Spock. I don't know why I can't think of the first Redman album right now.
Mm-hmm.
But I was the singles. But I'm just naming all these singles. All these singles. Lords of the Underground, Chief Rocker, Cypress Hill, Insane in the Membrane. All these singles
in the membrane
came out at this time. But guess what song was the hardest? It was the boss. That Deeper song, man.
I don't really wanna feel. When you heard that, you was just like, man.
That song.
Deeper and deeper.
Like folks don't understand how hard that song was.
Boy.
And no radio play.
No radio play.
The only time she got radio play is when DJs, like when
DJs.
when they had live DJs playing.
Oh, you was at a party, you heard it on the
you know what I'm
DJ.
saying?
Yep.
You know, and this song was like the hardest song of 93.
I think was that the time Yo-Yo Done was out too?
Nah, Yo-Yo was a couple years earlier.
Earlier, okay.
She's 91.
So what girl rapper was out at that time?
93.
I'm trying to think.
MC Light had a couple songs.
I thought MC Light.
Got a Roughneck, gotta get a Roughneck.
That was Roughneck era?
Yeah, that was 93.
Okay.
Queen Latifah, she had, UNITY.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking, but I wasn't too sure.
Yeah, no, all great, super dope songs. But Deeper was like
Deeper was a hood banger, man.
It was like you got Snoop Dogg, you got all these West Coast MC8, you got all these dudes on the West Coast making these hot songs, and this song was like killing them.
Deeper was hard.
That song was so hard, but on top of that, this woman, she was a pretty woman.
Yeah,
it wasn't like some ugly. Her voice was just so.
Her voice is her voice is on the lines of when I talk about voices, the top tier voices. I talk about like Scarface is the top tier voice. Slim Thug's the top tier voice. Boss. I'm just saying these is like distinguished voices that are not like everybody else's voice, right? Her voice was like that. As a woman, you look at her. If you looked at her, you wouldn't think she rapped like that. You wouldn't.
You wouldn't. but then she had a couple other singles that you jumped off like Recipe of a Hoe. That was hard.
Okay.
But her whole style, like it was, even though she kind of represented kind of West Coast, she was still Midwest with the Carhartt. The whole Carhartt movement. That's Midwest. That's Midwest. West Coast was out there wearing K-Swiss and khakis.
Carhartts and she dressed hard.
She's Carhartts, that was Midwest because Cass was out here trapping in the snow in the winter. They out in these streets.
Gotta be warm.
You gotta put on a Carhartt overall. Shout out my guy Junju. Junju had the Carhartt overall jacket on the block.
Oh yeah.
Like
with some boots.
And that's the look she went with, that Detroit look. And on top of that, as she got, the songs got bigger, Aaliyah came out.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, oh, that's Aaliyah's big sister. That's her cousin. Because they did look alike.
Yeah, they did look alike.
Detroit.
And their look was similar at the time
Yeah,
to
they
how
both,
Aaliyah did. Real
pretty,
laid back, pretty, the
and then you
dark
got the little
vibe.
Lokes
Yeah,
on and
Lokes
stuff.
on, yeah.
But the thing, I ain't gonna say her downfall. I don't know if she quit, but it came out that that Boss, she was from Detroit, but she grew up in a nice, well-to-do neighborhood,
Suburban area.
She really didn't. She wasn't in the streets like that. This and this and that, and it totally destroyed her career at that time.
Got to be certified most of the time.
But what I'm getting at, it was a whole bunch of folks putting out hot music at that time that was not certified.
Well, they would, if they'd have caught them and ran the story down too, they would probably be the same boat.
Ice Cube is not a Crip or a Blood. He grew up in gangster areas, but he's not a Crip or a Blood.
But I don't think Ice Cube, I don't think you ever look at Ice Cube as the person doing shit. He really, when you listen to Ice Cube songs, he just about political stuff.
What's different than the Boss?
I mean, he was with a group, you know what I'm saying, niggas with attitude. And he does have a background in that field regardless. Regardless if you are a gangster, he has a background before he was just Ice Cube by himself. He came with a crew of dudes that, you know what I'm saying, seemingly, you know what I'm saying, that you think
but
are about that.
But
her used one song, pretty much everybody resonated from, and she's talking the hardest shit on there. And for somebody to call her out, she's talking on the hardest shit on it. If you listen to deeper,
hey man,
listen to what she's saying.
Hey man.
And Ice Cube normally be about fuck the police and against the powers that be and the wrongdoing versus black people.
Have you heard My Summer Vacation? He never lived My Summer Vacation. But
he's a good storyteller though. But that don't
right.
make. I'm not going to take away from him.
So why is he a good storyteller?
But I'm just saying, well, she should have came out there. I can't combat what she would have did. She backed down because she must have let them just. Ice Cube would never let them do that. He was like, "Hey, I might not be a gangster, but I've been around this shit."
Because he's believable. I think if the Boss was a light-skinned man who said the same verses in the same tone as she did, there never would have been a problem. There never even would have been research to find out if this man was on the block. They would have accepted it. But the fact that it was this woman whose voice was doper than a lot of guys.
But I think the difference is that you just said she came from suburbia. Ice Cube is from Compton. So
she came from Detroit. That ain't fucking.
It's suburbia, nigga. It's suburbia in Detroit, nigga. Don't act like just because it's Detroit,
suburbia
nigga.
in LA too.
But he didn't come from no damn suburbia, nigga. Like,
Ice
come
Cube
on now.
Actually came from a nice neighborhood in South Central.
Okay.
No, serious. No, he done even said it. Like these houses, he done talked about the houses that he grew up in. This was actually a good neighborhood.
Like I said before, one is more certifiable because the fact of people, at that time, they had beef with people. I've never heard nobody tear Cube down. And when he done beef with a lot of people. So if he wasn't thorough, you definitely could have threw them bullets toward him. I haven't heard nobody say Cube ain't certified.
Niggas was scared of Cube after he killed his own group. Didn't nobody want to fuck with Cube after that.
Well, I'm just saying though, whatever it takes,
on the mic. Yeah.
Whatever it takes.
They didn't want to fuck with Cube after that.
They didn't say anything about Ice Cube, period. All the beats he's been in, nobody ever questioned his credibility. So if he wasn't doing anything or he wasn't thorough as he says, somebody would have said, hey, Cube, you ain't this. Even when Snoop Dogg was going against fucking Eazy-E, they was questioning his credibility. And they was questioning Snoop Dogg's credibility. That's going to be thrown out there. I've never heard nobody say that about Ice Cube. So however you want to look at it. But like he said before, anyway, her career was too short.
Yeah, it was way too short.
It's too short. She should have been having way more music put out there so we could cherish more of her, you know what I'm saying? But like I said before.
And plus, we also don't understand the behind the scenes.
You never understand.
You never know.
Exactly.
Like at the same time, at the behind the scenes where like she probably got enough of it.
Yeah.
She might have put that shit out there. I came from
elite because she tired of exactly.
You never know. But at the same time.
Because she didn't beef with anybody, so who would just leak that shit, you know what I mean?
But at the same time, her career wasn't as long as a lot of us
as it should have been.
Liked,
yeah, as it should have been.
But the songs that she put out in that short time are dope as hell.
Dope. Classics. I still bang them to this day.
Condolences to her family.
Rest in peace, boss.
She still has a legacy. And you know how it is. You know, when people pass away, people start looking up. I know for a fact people going to
Looking up deeper.
look up, and they hear this deeper. I'm telling you right now,
It's gonna be on TikTok somewhere.
Somebody's gonna sit and try to chop this up and chop up some of her vocals. I'm telling
It's gonna
you.
be put with a song that's popular to everybody, and you're gonna hear like, who is this rap coming from? Everybody in this generation, our generation, is gonna be like, we know what it is, but then people gonna start looking up the original song and then she'll start getting some notoriety for how dope she was and how dope that song was. So, rest in peace, boss.
Yeah.
All right, so sports is kind of teetering. People
This
getting,
March Madness. What are you talking about teeter? This is March Madness.
When you talk about March
This
Madness,
March
when they
Madness.
actually do the brackets and everything like that.
No, it's March Madness. Once you start getting into championship week and rival week in March.
Well, I don't watch it. I don't watch it till they get the brackets.
It's been basketball games on every day.
And I ain't watched not a one until, like I said before, I don't watch the tournament, so I can do my brackets.
I've watched a few, but after tomorrow, the brackets are gonna come out.
When the brackets come out, that's when we really say it's March Madness.
The brackets will be out.
I know they have like the conference tournaments and things of that nature, but when the brackets come out, that's when everybody. And the first game's like on a Wednesday or Thursday, some shit like that.
They got that stupid shit.
Yeah, so that's when we'll talk about it next week after we see a couple games, exciting games. You know what I'm saying? See the seeding. You know what I'm saying? And what looks interesting, and that'll be something we could talk about. Other than that, I don't have nothing. So it's another podcast. Like I said before, we always gonna bring you some content. I'm always gonna find something to talk about. Bo's always gonna deliver his side of it. The 1-2 punch is always gonna bring it. And until the next one. Yep.